Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
El día de hoy para Rutas Alternas nos conectamos hasta los Estados Unidos para platicar con Baker Grace, quien recién entrega su EP titulado Yourz Truly, segundo en su carrera musical. Hola, Baker.
Hola, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Baker, where are you right now?
I'm actually in my bedroom. I'm in New Jersey, right across from New York City.
Do you live in New Jersey or in New York?
I was living in New York, but during the pandemic and everything, I moved back with my parents in New Jersey.
For a lot of artists, the pandemic and the lockdown was a very important moment because an artist, a songwriter, is used to be alone, is used to be in your own studio or your own house writing. How was this lockdown for you as a creator?
I think it was hard because I think an artist's job and my job as an artist is kind of to make sense of the world through music, to figure things out through music. And there was so much information and so much chaos that it was hard to figure everything out. But now that things are starting to settle down and I'm starting to get back in the studio, I feel like I have more inspiration than ever. So in the end, there was negatives, but I think that a lot of good is going to come out of it too.
And during this pandemic, you have released a lot of singles, very successful singles. How do you decide how to release these songs?
So I chose the songs before the pandemic started. So I already chose most of them. The Sad Summer remix I did during the pandemic, and Soñar Contigo I did during the pandemic, but the Yourz Truly EP I had written before. And I decided to release it because I felt like it talked about, being confident and learning about yourself and feeling good. And I wanted to put that positivity out right now. And it was challenging because we couldn't do shows, we couldn't promote like normal, and we had to switch to social media and do everything online. But I've learned a lot from it for sure.
For example, what do you learn?
Just how to work the live streams, how to connect with fans online, how to promote. I started writing more. I started an online store. I started a blog, and
Cool.
all that stuff was new for me. So I don't think I would have gotten a chance to do it if it wasn't for the pandemic.
In every crisis, there's an opportunity, and it's good that you use this opportunity to create all these things. It's amazing to have a blog, a shop. It's very cool.
It's nice.
And it's also interesting how many artists have released several songs of their albums before the release of the official album. So we can have a big picture of the sound of the new music. You released 4 singles, 5 singles before the EP was released?
Yeah, I released 4 singles, and then I released the 8 songs on the EP.
It was important for you, for the audience, to know how it will sound, the EP, or just want to release the singles, not for other reason, but to release them?
It was important for me to give people a taste of what the EP was going to be. And also, like, after releasing the Sadder Summer remix and everything, I gained a whole new group of fans, a whole new group of people, and I wanted to give more people an opportunity to join me and follow me along the way, so that when the EP came out, like, my fans felt like they were a part of it and they knew what was going on, and it wasn't just like thrown in everybody's faces.
It's important, the relation with the fans and with the social media. you can have directly from them their opinions, good or bad opinions. What have your fans told you about your singles, about the EP?
So far, it's all been very positive. I'm very grateful that my fans are connecting to the EP. But I definitely learn from, what songs fans are liking the most. Like a lot of people are liking the song BYFM, that's on the EP. So it helps guide me because I'm like, oh, like they liked this about this song and that about this song. And it's like gives me something to think about when I go into the studio again.
How different was for you, Baker, the creative process between your two EPs?
I think my first EP, I was still learning a lot. Like I was in the sessions with other songwriters more. It was a more of a learning experience for me, and to do my second EP, I knew, and I kind of just let go of like any rules and was just like, I'm gonna have so much fun making it. So I definitely it was definitely more of an expression of me, my second EP, and I definitely didn't hold back at all.
I also read, Baker, that your songs are like a letter that you like to write as a letter. That's right. When you write a letter that it's not that common anymore, you have something, someone, somewhere in mind when you write these kind of letters.
I think each song I kind of had somebody different. One song, for example, Pops, was for my father, because I wanted to show him how grateful I was for him, to remind myself to, treat myself well. One was to someone I was in a relationship with. And, each time I wrote this letter and I wrote this song, it felt like, weight was lifted off my shoulders and I could move on and grow from it.
It's exciting for an artist to live in a city like New York. It's a world capital. It's a cultural world capital. How was for you to live in New York?
I mean, I grew up going to New York all the time, but to live there was a whole different thing. The energy is crazy. It's like you're constantly watching a movie. But I loved it. I loved the energy. There was just inspiration everywhere. And it definitely forced me to grow up a lot. It's a fun city to live in, but it's also a hard city to live in because everybody is working hard constantly and doesn't really get a break. So it definitely taught me, how to work hard and how to grow up and take control. So it was a great experience.
Baker, you had a lot of success here in Mexico. You have a lot of airplay and a growing fan base. How was your experience with Mexico? Have you come here? Have you been in touch with your fans, your Mexican fans?
So I've been in touch with my Mexican fans online, which is great. I've been to Tulum, and I've been to Cancun, and I've been to Acapulco. So all kind of like the touristy areas.
Yes.
But I would love to go to Mexico City. I hear it's amazing, and I would love to perform there as soon as I can and meet everybody in person, for sure.
And how was the collaboration with Charlie Roth? How do you create the song? How do you communicate each other?
So his team reached out to my team, and then we just got on a Zoom call, and he showed me the song, and I loved it. I immediately wanted to get on it. And then I recorded the vocals in my studio and sent it to him. And then we finished it in like 2 days. Like I finished my part, and it was done so quickly. We just kind of connected immediately. And then it was cool because we got to record the video for it too. And I just recorded the video where I live, and he recorded the video where he lives, and like we put it together. So it was really cool, like how much we were able to do just over technology.
Yes, it's one of the greatest tools nowadays, right? You can work with any musician in the world. You can listen any musician in the world. You are just one click away.
Yeah.
So, Baker, what will you do the rest of 2020? Do you have any plans?
Well, I'm going to keep writing music and releasing music, definitely. Keep doing some online shows, creating some videos to put out musically. And I hope to get, I love to travel. So I hope I get to travel a bit too once the coronavirus gets better.
I hope that one of your travels is to Mexico, but not only to Mexico City, but Guadalajara or Monterrey and other cities. I'm pretty sure that you will have a great time.
Yeah, I would love to.
And you also will play to your Mexican fans. I mean, the most things we miss is to listen live music, right?
Yeah, I know I miss it. I want to go to a concert so bad.
Well, I hope that we can go to a Baker Grace concert next year. And the EP, Yourz Truly, is on all digital platforms. And will you publish in physical, in a vinyl or a CD?
Yeah, I have a vinyl on my website at bakergrace.com.
bakergrace.com in Spanish. We can buy your vinyl there. You can send us to Mexico, to all over the world, your vinyl.
Yes, yes.
It's still important for a musician to publish vinyls, because you are very young, and I understand that it's a very old format, but it's an amazing format.
Yeah, it's amazing to listen to an album or an EP on a vinyl, and also like it's great to have an artist's first vinyl because hopefully I'll continue to grow, and it's something that you can keep and something that's special. It's meaningful.
Do you remember what was your first vinyl that you bought with your money?
I think it was like a Bob Marley vinyl or something like that.
Cool.
I used to listen to Bob Marley vinyls a lot when I was a kid, like with my dad and stuff.
Amazing. So, Grace, thank you so much for this chat. Looking forward to see you here in Mexico. Congratulations for the EP. It's been amazing to find your music and to listen your songs. Great letters.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Baker Grace, thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.